Minecraft is an enormous and expansive game built on surprisingly simple mechanics, but with a lack of tutorials, it can be confusing for many newcomers. Follow me, William Strife, as I cover the basics to the advanced of crafting, surviving, and building. Welcome to the Minecraft Guide. In the previous part of the Minecraft Guide, farming was covered in detail. While tilling the land and growing crops to survive is an important activity, there are multiple types of food and materials that can only be acquired by raising all sorts of animals. To do so though, you have to know how to lure, control, and breed livestock. Ranching in Minecraft is fairly simple. All you need to do is find any cow, chicken, pig, or sheep and get them into a fenced area. You can get any animal to follow you by luring them with food. Chickens follow you if you're holding normal seeds, pigs follow for carrots, and sheep and cows follow for harvested wheat. Alternatively, however, you can also right-click any animal with a lead, crafted from some string and a slime ball, and effectively drag them to wherever you want them. Just so you know, string is dropped by spiders when killed, and slime balls are what's left of slimes after being shown the sword, and they are mostly found in swamps. By doing one of these two things, you can find any animal in the world and bring them back to your home base, then corral them in. Furthermore, you can breed cows, sheep, pigs, and chickens by feeding them wheat, carrots, or seeds respectively. After feeding two animals, they'll mate and produce offspring that will mature in about 10 or 20 minutes. Also, you have to wait for 5 minutes after breeding animals before you can do so again, and crossbreeding can't be done, so no cow-on-chicken action can happen. Keeping herds of animals has many benefits, the simplest of which is being able to kill them for easy food, but many of them also drop other useful items upon death. Cows drop leather, which can be used to make armor, books, and by extension bookshelves. Chickens drop feathers for arrows, and sheep drop wool for making beds and carpeting. But wool, as covered in the previous guide, is also one of the few items in the game that can be dyed. On the note of wool, while it can be gathered by killing sheep, it's far more effective to use a pair of shears crafted from 2 iron ingots. Killing a sheep will usually only yield 1 piece of wool, while right-clicking them with a pair of shears guarantees anywhere from 1 to 3 pieces. In addition, sheep regrow their coat after eating grass, meaning that having one constant herd to shear is far better than culling them, like you have to do with cows and chickens. Now for a facet of ranching that doesn't focus on gathering resources by trimming coats or rending flesh. Horses and donkeys are of the few animals in Minecraft that can be domesticated and then bred to have better attributes. Additionally, breeding a horse and donkey together will result in a mule, a hybrid that is sterile and cannot breed. Breeding horses and donkeys is a more complex process than taming and breeding any other animals. First, horses and donkeys only appear in plains or savanna biomes and can only be led to a location by using a lead on them. Second, taming these animals so you can ride them requires that you first break them in. To do this, you must right-click one to get on, and subsequently be bucked off. After multiple attempts, the donkey or horse will eventually emit hearts and be tame. At this point, you can, by holding down Shift while pressing right-click, open its inventory and place a saddle on it. Saddles, however, cannot be crafted and are a special type of loot either randomly dredged up when fishing or found in chests down in abandoned mine shafts. This is also true of horse armor, another type of rare loot only found in abandoned mines. There's one caveat though. Horse armor, as the name suggests, can only be worn by horses. Conversely though, only donkeys and mules can be equipped with a chest for extra inventory space. Now, when riding a donkey, mule, or horse, the hunger bar is replaced with the animal's health, and the experience bar is swapped for a jump bar. Horses and the like can jump much higher than any player. To do so though, you must hold down the jump button to fill the bar, and then release it just as it reaches the top. How well you time this action determines how high the mount will leap. In addition, the maximum height of the jump is determined by the quality of the animal's breed, which brings up the final thing to cover about these special mounts. Breeding horses and donkeys, like finding and taming them, is a bit of a sordid affair. To breed any two of the creatures, you must feed either one a golden apple or golden carrot. While acquiring apples and carrots is simple enough, the gold to make them golden is another affair. finding gold and valuable minerals is covered in the mining guide, but the amount you'll need to make golden apples and carrots can be a bit of an issue. Golden apples are crafted with no less than 8 gold ingots, while golden carrots are much cheaper, being crafted with 8 gold nuggets. You can turn 1 gold ingot into 9 nuggets by just running it through any crafting grid. Acquiring the food may be a bit difficult, but with one of the 2 golden foods in hand, breeding is a simple affair. Both animals, whether they be horse or donkey, must be broken in and tame, and then fed the shiny sustenance. The resulting offspring's attributes will be a mix of its parents' attributes, and if a donkey and a horse were bred together, the child will be a mule, which cannot be bred. The colt or foal will grow to maturity in roughly 20 minutes, but this can be bypassed by feeding it sugar, wheat, apples, bread, any golden food, or hay bale. After growing up, the creature, just like any wild horse, must also be broken in before riding it will be possible. That's everything there is to ranching, but on the subject of taming and riding animals, it's worth mentioning that you can also ride pigs and domesticate cats and dogs. Riding pigs is fairly simple. You just need to place a saddle on them and mount up. However, they can't jump or be directly controlled. The only way to direct where a pig goes is by crafting and holding a carrot on a stick. Next is taming wolves to be loyal dogs. Doing so is very simple. All you have to do is right-click a wolf with bones, which are dropped by skeletons, until it gains a colored collar, at which point it will follow and defend you unless you tell it to sit and stay. Finally, there are cats, which are particularly useful pets since creepers are afraid of and won't go near them. To gain a feline companion, you need to find an ocelot, which are only found in jungle biomes, and then feed it multiple fish. It's important that you don't run or look right at an ocelot, because if you do, you will scare it away. In order to tame an ocelot, you must hold a raw fish in your hand, and it must approach you. Only once it's gotten sufficiently close to you can you put your crosshairs on it to feed it fish. Once it's gotten its fill of aquatic flesh, the ocelot's coat will dramatically change and resemble a house cat. Once this happens, it will follow you just like a dog and sit on command. Raising livestock, shearing sheep, breeding horses, and domesticating pets. It's all part of building a stand-up base and a reliable supply of materials. There's still other resources to be gathered though. For instance, what about that pesky iron needed for buckets and shears? Well, in the next part of the Minecraft guide, we'll look at the major game-defining element, mining. Until next time, I'm William Strife of the Yogscast, and a Minecraft expert. I'll see you later.